This is a question we've got from Barry. So where's Barry? Hello, Barry.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. Yeah. Is eating meat racist?
Now, Barry sounds a bit mad at this point. But there's a reason for the question. So is eating meat racist? And the reason why this has come up is a video has gone viral this week, and this was at the Oxford Union. And there was a debate at the Oxford Union where an animal rights activist called Carol Adams said that white supremacists weaponised eating meat, eggs and dairy to reclaim their wounded masculinity. So she was sort of folding in ideas of sexism, homophobia. Every ism actually sort of came into this remarkable speech. I did invite Carol onto the show, and she said she was unavailable, which is a shame because I would have genuinely liked to talk to her about this. But let's have a look at this clip of some various highlights. Have we got the clips?
The assumption that the best protein comes from corpses is a racist belief. How do you know the animal would have picked you to feed off their corpse? 21st century animal eating requires our complicity in a new colonialism. These events especially affect girls and young women. Your hamburger comes with a dose of misogyny. White supremacists weaponized it, eating meat, eggs, and dairy, and the baiting of liberal men as so-called soy boys are all part of the neo-Nazi messaging. To say you care about animals is considered a sign of weakness in a world still committed to the gender binary. Our whiteness is part of the problem of meat eating.
I mean, it is an astonishing video. I would urge you actually to watch the whole thing. You know, she's not an act. I mean, it feels like it's a bit of a skit or something. She's dead serious about this. She wrote a book called The Sexual Politics of Meat. And she believes that meat is sort of enveloped within these systems of power. But this strikes me as the logical endpoint of the kind of extreme version of intersectionality. You know, when the sort of intersectional theory was originated by Kimberly Crenshaw back in the day, it actually had a purpose. It had a meaning insofar as you could have forms of oppression hitting you from more than one way. She was right, actually. And the example she gave was General Motors. There was a lawsuit with General Motors where she pointed out, so basically they were being accused of being racist and sexist. And General Motors' response was saying, well, look, we can't be racist. We have black men working for the firm. We can't be sexist. We have these women who were all white. And her point, Crenshaw's point, was that black women were falling through the cracks and they were getting hit from more than one foot. And that was true, right? But this has sort of developed, intersectionality sort of developed into this kind of religion, hysterical religion, where you end up with this sort of hierarchy of grievances. And all that she's doing, this Carol Adams person, is adding veganism into that chain of hierarchy. Do you think I'm over-analysing this?
No, I mean, I think eating meat can be racist, but only if you're wearing a barrister's wig. Then that's...
I was trying to make a serious point there, and Leo just scuffed.
The point that she's making, she says that eating meat is white supremacist, and if anything's white, it's veganism. It's the whitest pursuit, the whitest hobby. Like with so many, it's such a white thing to. And also, she complains about how meat eating harms indigenous communities, but there's indigenous communities that are harmed by veganism. So quinoa, that staple vegan thing, but the price of it is skyrocketed, and it's a staple diet in like Peru or Bolivia or somewhere like that. So the indigenous tribes there can't afford to buy their quinoa. They've all had to turn to T-bone steaks. It's been a disaster for them.
But she's claiming that it's a predominantly white, I suppose, cultural norm to eat meat. And I just don't think that's true. Is it?
Well, it is, basically. It is, because I've noticed in my many travels, that more and more of the people who eat meat
are white.
Look like me. Yeah.
But I think, Lewis, what you're saying, because I should point out, Lewis is a huge carnivore. Yeah. I mean, but you only eat meat, don't you? You've gone the full kind of sort of Jordan Peterson diet. Yeah. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, just to bother people.
Is that? Has it actually made a difference to your health?
I mean, I'm no Leo Kurtz, but he spends all day in the gym.
Yeah. Exactly. You can never reach these sort of...
Can I do some push-ups right here?
We don't... I wouldn't, because I don't want you to be embarrassed when you inevitably fail. What do you think, Leo?
Whoa.
What?
Now I have to do it.
No, well, let's do it in the break, OK? I don't want to harm your masculinity, which, again, is tied into the idea of... But do you think there's something like that? The point... Lewis, put your shirt back on. Leo, the point I want to make about this is that is the Oxford Union, right? Now, I wanted to talk to her in all sincerity because I wanted to get to the heart of what she's talking about. But that's like the seat of learning. And I do think, ultimately, she's clearly really intelligent. She's really smart. And, you know, it's not someone who's just stupid or mad or anything like that. But my point is that you can be educated to such a degree that you can start espousing really bizarre ideas and you can believe them all the more because you're smart.